What's up, Airsofters? It's Dave, back here with another vlog here for the GITV Uncut. And unfortunately for us, we had some plans today. They got shanghaied by our nasty weather. It was really gross outside. We had plans to go outside and take a bunch of cool gear photos and do a bunch of fun stuff and kind of show you like how we do some of the marketing stuff, the behind the scenes thing. And unfortunately, the weather just was not permitting today. So instead, Tegan and I had this great idea, right? So we were talking, right, Tegan? Mm-hmm. And we were thinking, man, both of us love running LMGs, right?
Oh, yeah.
So everybody knows I own a Crytek LMG. I love my Crytek LMG. I have a Classic Army Stoner. I love running my Classic Army Stoner. You've got an MG42 that I think can only really be described as the beast. It says it on the buttstock too, actually, true story. But we can both agree that all three of these guns have something in common. They are bulky.
Yeah.
Unwieldy, you could say. Just downright ridiculous. So we wanted to, we were sitting here talking. I was like, man, we got to film a video about something today, right? Like, it's Tuesday. It's the Texas Video Day per our uploading schedule. And what could we possibly talk about that you guys would be interested in, right? Like, I don't want to sit here and just blast you guys and be like, hey there, we got a bunch of ads going on. Like, that's cool and all, right? And we've got all kinds of great deals on the website. You should totally check them out. But that's not what we want our videos to be. So what if we just compared a pair of alternative LMGs? So, Tegan, you picked a couple for us. You mind sharing with the class?
So first up, it's new, it's fresh, it's hot on the market. Everybody's been waiting for it. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. The HK M27.
We did just get these in this week. These are pretty exciting. We got these, or I guess technically
off the block.
Technically, we got them in last week. They haven't even been here a whole 7 days though. We got them what, Thursday?
I think so.
That's
yeah.
when ours showed up. Yeah, and then I picked one, and I think I picked a little smarter than Tegan, but I'm a little biased. I am quite in love with this gun, as any of you who have been in here will know. Tegan, you want to share with the class what I picked?
You know it.
The double barrel. So we're gonna go shoot them. We're going to go over the range. We're going to go take them for a spin. We're going to let Tegan shoot them because you guys already know how I feel about these guns for the most part. And I'm sure I'll echo Tegan's sentiments about the M27 when we shoot it. And then we're going to talk to you guys about kind of what we think we'll be doing better. So we're going to catch you on the flip side of this jump cut. Let's go. So here we are. We are on the shooting range. Tegan, what do you have in your hands there?
We're on the M27. So going to give it a test run real quick. See how she does.
All right, so
I'm not gonna lie,
full sales disclosure. This guy's running almost $500. They're on the top end of the 400s here. They're pricey. The DT4 is kind of in the same price bracket though, so it's a little fair.
Yeah,
it's
a fair comparison.
We're gonna see how this works for purposes of alternative LMGing. All right.
So
we've got 11-1 batteries in each. I think we've got what, a 10 or no, it's an iPower 1100 milliamp in the VFC. We've got, because our prototype DT4. That has all the factory parts in it now, actually, that just happens to be wired to Dean's. Our only Dean's battery was a Titan Power 11-1. So they are slightly different batteries, full disclosure, you know, but they're comparable in power. The Titan batteries are great, and we love them. Shout out to Matt and all those guys out there. They're going to be happy we gave them a name drop. But no, they make great batteries. We're going to have them here in store later this week, I think, actually. So we'll finally have our first set of them in. But let's give this thing a rip, Tegan. Give it a couple shots. See what you think.
All right,
do some on semi.
Yeah, just a couple on semi. Okay, it's good and snappy.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Let's have a little fun with it. We're comparing it as an LMG, right?
Right? Okay, so party time. Let's go. It's pizza time.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a little mean.
Yeah, that's for doing some aggressive negotiations, my friend.
Yeah. Alrighty. What you think?
Let's see. Let me not drop that real quick. I'm just gonna put you right there.
That's probably
smart.
smart.
I need to do is break our product.
Otherwise, the title of this video becomes "Watch how Tegan ends up buying an M27 and doesn't pay rent."
Right. Okay. Let me switch to my offhand so you guys can see this thing. Now, last time you shot this thing.
Yes, I've shot it, but this is only like the second time that you've really gotten to play with this guy.
Yeah, I've gotten to hold it a couple times, but I don't think I've actually gotten to shoot this.
No,
yet,
I'm usually the one that does the test fires with it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm partial to it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like the one that I pre-ordered is almost here.
I know. I'm super excited for this.
Me too. Okay.
All right, so gonna go a couple shots on semi.
Yeah.
God, that's hefty. Like
you can feel the recoil on that, right?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't BSing in that video. It really is nuts.
I mean, you guys can
Like here,
see
just
that,
hold it real
right?
loose. I'm gonna zoom in on your shoulder here and just watch it jump.
I mean, that's
Like,
insane.
Obviously, is it gonna affect your gameplay while you're playing? No, it's not an ERG. It's not a gas blowback gun. But there's some kinetic feedback when you pull the trigger.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a sense of like, oof, like
Yeah. Like it's a mean bird for
yeah,
sure. All right.
It packs a little bit of a punch. I like
All right,
that.
full auto time. Now it's important to note though, while he's shooting, unlike the VFC, this is shooting out of 2 barrels.
Yeah, so twice the fun.
Twice the ammo expenditure.
True. Oh man.
Right? So the full auto on that just feels incredible, doesn't it? And then you have the option for all your burst fire modes too. So if you wanted to get your Hemming fire on, you'd set this thing to 3-round burst and full auto and just go to town.
It's got that fancy ECS.
Right?
I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
a little bit more. Just
Go for it, yeah.
For science.
For science and because I never let you touch it.
Oh, is this legal? Is this legal for us to make?
I think it's legal for us to make. The question is whether or not it's legal for you to play with at your field. I know D14 has said that it's totally cool. 878 said it's going to be cool. You definitely can't use it as a PBR at either field because it's 2 shots at a time. You're going to hurt somebody.
Yeah, but overall,
I got to ask the guys at CQ Bravo if they're going to allow this, if we can tune it down low enough. I don't think they will, but we'll have to ask Matt and John and those guys and see what they say.
Yeah, overall, I mean, that's just phenomenal.
Right? Dude, I'm so stoked for this gun. Okay.
No, I can't wait. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and pre-order one myself, too.
And this is why you can't pay rent.
True.
It'd be like that.
I really do.
All right, cool. So let's go set these suckers down. Let's go give the people what they want to know. Tegan, now that we shot the guns, we'd show you the DT4, but it's currently propping up my phone while we film this. And the IR, I believe, is behind me, right there. What'd you think about the M27, since you're the one who shot it? I haven't gotten to play with it yet. But.
Man, I mean, it's fantastic.
Right?
Yeah, it's you can definitely tell that it's an Avalon. So, I mean, it performs just as great as an Avalon. The platform itself is really comfortable, and, I mean, it's just like laser line focus.
Okay, so viability is an LMG. 1 being a pump-action shotgun, 10 being a minigun. How effective?
I'd rate it probably about a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I think it could definitely do the job. I think the one thing it's lacking out of the box is mag capacity.
Yes.
That was kind of my takeaway from it. Now, I did get to pick it up and handle it and kind of mess around with the ergonomics and stuff off camera. And my takeaway from that gun was that it needs more mag capacity to be effective as an alternative to an LMG and airsoft. But the thing is that in airsoft, how different does that really make you? Because everybody's got an AR with high caps, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, all you have is a long barrel gun. I think it actually, I would argue that while it can make an effective LMG, it's no better at it than any other high-speed M4. But you know what I think it is better at than a lot of people will give it credit for? DMR.
You know, I never really thought about it from a DMR perspective, but
right?
Looking at it, I mean, it's got the length, it's got the space to do it. I mean, I think it would be a super versatile, you know, blend of being able to compromise
right
for
now,
both.
is it going to be like your Milsim West capable, like super hardcore Milsim one? No, because there it's not replicating one in the real world, right? And I think that's its critical flaw is that the M27 kind of finds itself in a weird place. But if you're just a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude at an airsoft field where you just want a gun that can reach out and touch somebody at distance in full auto with extreme prejudice.
I mean,
that's dude right there. That's the gun, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. That's it. Roll into the DT4.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't leave out the obvious, right? Like, dude, 2 barrels. You were literally putting down twice as much fire as a normal gun.
And you know, it's really funny if you think about it because, I mean, it's got that ECS programmable trigger. So if you go into it and you set it to either 3-round or 5-round burst, it's actually 6-round burst or 10-round burst. I mean, think about how many shots you fire if you're running an LMG when you're doing burst fire. I mean, it's either about 5 to 6 shots, or it's about 10.
Yeah, right. Like the whole goal of the LMG, right, in an airsoft game. Now, this is maybe one man's perspective as a guy who has absolutely zero credibility as a real world operator. The closest thing I get to anything with "ater" at the end is LARPerator. But like, I've been LARPerating for a long time, Sonny. So let me tell you something. I think where this guy shines is that you can keep heads down very effectively, And you can work around the fact that reloads on this thing definitely take longer. So how long can you make 600 rounds last when you're firing 2 at a time? And with that burst fire, I think that gives you the edge. Then with the Avalon, you could argue, yeah, dude, just let go. And I think the Avalon's got the ECS in there now too, so it may actually have a burst fire function. We just haven't figured out how to turn on yet because it's new.
Yeah.
But so sorry, Elite Force, if we're missing that. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can burst fire with that too. But I think where it succeeds more is that you're putting out twice as much fire for that 3-round burst.
Absolutely.
Right? A 6-round burst out of that M27 is going to drain a 300-round high cap faster than a 6-round burst out of this gun will drain it out of 2.
And not only that, but I mean, going back to when I first started getting into the LMG game, which an LMG was my first airsoft gun.
It was. It was mine. No, it wasn't my first one. It was my second one. Okay, I bought my saw as my second one. I had a saw way back when. But that was the definition of a mistake. Way too big.
When you get an LMG, you have that just feeling of I'm gonna mess anyone up on the other side of this thing, and it's a good feeling. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And what the DT4 really surprises me with is that it kind of gives me a little bit of nostalgia because it's that same kind of excitement. It's like, oh man, this is just, it's beefy, it's powerful. I mean, it's like the V8 of M4s. I mean, it just gives you excitement.
I would argue that this is like the Bugatti Veyron of M4s, but yeah, sure.
Well, I'm a classic muscle car guy.
Well,
so like,
yeah, it's true.
V8s excite me.
One of these days, I'll break you of your horrible American car habit. Anyway. We could do a whole video just on that.
Really, we could.
I think though, let's talk tactics for a minute though, right? Then your support gunning. Everybody thinks like they think of it like it's like Rambo or like that scene in Predator where Arnold's just like, or Jesse the Body Ventura when he's like mowing down the forest, right? Trying to hunt the thing that moves in the trees. But that's not what it's like in real games, right? So I know, we've done this. You and I are basically like pros at the saw gunning thing at this point in airsoft. Clarify. The key things when you're shooting are quick short bursts and giving your teammates enough time to go cover to cover, right? You're not sitting there and you're just dumping fire rounds after rounds after rounds after rounds. And to my understanding, this is the way it is in the real world as well, from talking to guys who do know better than I do. And I think this gun allows you to be a little bit more effective at that and managing that without having to sit there and just beat the heck out of it. Or as Bob Ross would say, beat the devil out of your trigger, right? So I think that 5-round burst option makes that a really, really killer option. It's like the perfect number, right? 10 rounds, downrange, 5 per barrel, at the bad guy. If you don't hit him, he sure as hell ain't getting back up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Right? I think the M27 is good, but I think this does the saw thing better. So since that was our question today, now, if somebody came to me and said, all right, which one of these guns is going to make a better alternative DMR, I think the DT4 would lose.
Yeah.
Not because it doesn't perform as well. We know, actually, because we've range tested the DT4. We haven't done it with the M27, but we have a good idea of about what it's going to do based on its cousins in the other Avalon line. And these guns keep up. Like, they're fairly tight. But the problem with the DT4 is that you're shooting out of 2 barrels, and your sight axis is not down one of those barrels. It's right in between the two. And that can make lining up long-range shots a little difficult. I mean, if you guys watch our video from DFE way back, this was back in, like, November, that we posted this, that I was shooting at the range of D14, and I had a hard time hitting the targets way out there. And yes, it was because it was windy, but also it's a little hard to kind of figure out where exactly you've got to aim when your sights aren't perfectly on target, and neither of them are in line with either of your barrels, right?
Yeah.
So as a precision gun, I don't think the DT4 does that. But for that mid to long range, I just want to like help my teammates get in your face and push your front door in. This is the gun.
Absolutely.
The M27, though, I think excels at the other way that you could play with a saw, right? So I think we may be onto something here. I think we finally got our guns, man.
Yeah. I think we also have an idea for our next video.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Better DMRs? Alternative DMRs?
Alternative DMRs.
I was thinking we were going to argue about sports cars, but I mean, sure.
I mean, kind of, but that would be a little off topic. Maybe a different video.
A little bit. All right, guys. Well, you've heard it here. We think the DT4 is going to be your best pick for the alternative LMG, but if you're not into the double barrel thing, the M27 is a great choice. My name's Dave.
I'm
this is
Tegan.
Tegan. Thank you for watching our giant goofy video. As always, like, subscribe, check out airsoftgi.com for more specials. We've got some cool things going on right now with our free mystery gifts are back, so you guys can win a whole year's worth of BBs. You guys can win a year's worth of mystery boxes, all kinds of crazy stuff. You can get that PXG9 package. It's doing a $1,000 gift card. The Nemesis Mark 18, we're doing a $1,000 gift card with that. We're giving away so much free stuff, guys. I had to save the sales to the end. I didn't want to hit you with it up front. Anyway.
I've noticed that throughout this entire video, I've been continuously shrinking.
Yeah, I think your chair's dying, dog. This is why I took the stool.
That's fair.
On that note, Tegan's going to go to the Bat Cave. I've been Dave. He's been Tegan. You guys have been awesome. We'll see you guys next time.